Hi everyone, welcome to this jQuery video series. And today we're just gonna set up jQuery. Let's get started. Hi everybody, so today we're going to jump into jQuery and we're going to just have a look at what jQuery is all about and how to set up our jQuery environment. In the last video we just set up our project environment, so if you have any questions about what you see on the screen right now, you maybe need to go and have a look at the short introduction to this jQuery tutorial series. Okay. Just a reminder that I've set up a project environment with a web page that I'm going to be working on. I've called it index.html, and I've also created a CSS folder with a CSS file which I've called style. So that's inside my CSS folder. Okay, and you can see in the web page that I'm designing, I'm linking to that style sheet file here. Okay, and we'll look at how that works in this video. These other files are used to link to Bootstrap's stylesheet file, because I will be using Bootstrap in this project, and also jQuery's JavaScript file, and I need that or I won't be able to play with jQuery. Okay, so again, if you're not sure about what I've done here, please go and refresh yourself with the first video of this tutorial series. Alright, let's get started. I'm just going to make the head of this disappear because it's distracting. I'm going to do a quick reminder of some JavaScript. So this hopefully is a classic line of JavaScript which should be familiar to you, and inside the single quotation marks we can start to write up some HTML. Span class equals something. Hello, and then we'll just close the span tag. Now the class that I'm going to apply to this span tag is going to be the red text class. So this is my HTML that I'm going to push into this element. This class, by the way, red text, is not defined in this document. In the head section of my web page I don't have a style section. As I just told you, I'm going to store all of my CSS in a file called style.css, and this is the red text class. Okay, so I'm going to save that. Let's save everything, and now let's run this in Chrome and see what it looks like. Brilliant. So everything's working beautifully. Now what I'm going to do is show you how to set that up in jQuery. And I guess the first question that we might be asking ourselves is, what is jQuery? Okay, so I'm going to go to a web page called api.jquery.com. If you do a search for jQuery API, you'll find this web page. And it's a very useful web page if you're working with jQuery. But what I want to draw your attention to is this. jQuery is a fast, small, feature-rich JavaScript library. That's all jQuery is, guys. It is JavaScript. But it's JavaScript that has been written by some very smart software engineers, and they're giving us the results of their work for us to use. Okay, they have created a library of JavaScript functions that we can use to make our own web development faster and easier, to get good things working. Okay, so that's really what this is all about. So in our project, what we're going to do, instead of using classic JavaScript, we're going to use jQuery. This is how jQuery works. The first thing it does is selects the document that we're currently in, and it calls a function called the ready function. And inside the ready function we define our own function where we are going to write our jQuery. we are now ready to go. What this does is it tells the browser, please load everything into the browser window, and when that's ready, when all of that is done, we're going to run the jQuery code as the final step of loading the web page. Okay? So I'm just going to write that out again for you and talk you through it one more time. jQuery selects something, and the first thing it does is select the document, and then it calls the ready function. And inside that ready function, it allows us to define our own function where we can write our jQuery code. And now we're ready to go with jQuery. Now the first thing I'm going to do in my jQuery code is select the element with an ID of welcome, and I'm going to call jQuery's HTML function, which will allow me to push some HTML into this element, the element that I'm selecting. I can push some HTML into that element. So let's push the same kind of HTML that we have here. I'm going to create another span tag with a class of red text. So there's my span tag. I'm then going to put in a message, nice to meet. Let's do welcome to jQuery just to be cool. Welcome to jQuery. And then we'll close the span tag. So this is the HTML that I'm going to push into this element, which is waiting to be used here. Okay? And if we save that and refresh our web page, welcome to jQuery. So that's a very short introduction as to how to set up jQuery in your design project. Have a go.